We're up.
Stopped.
Are we back?
Hello.
Wow.
Hello.
All right. So apparently we're back. Zindar and Reef were becoming acquainted for the first time. It's my pleasure to meet you, Reef.
You know, same. What do you
And by the
guys-
way, you're like, what, like 5?
Oh yeah, I'm super
Two-ish,
tiny next to this
5'3".
boy.
And he, Zindar, is a half dragon, a gold-colored half dragon.
So he's like 9 feet or something.
He's taller than Dorriguez, who you know to be at least 6'2".
Okay.
God knows if he shrunk a little bit in his depression, but you know.
He just slouches more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are there, and he's just had this conversation. Like,
Okay.
go ahead.
So I flop into a chair next to him and I'm like, so what's been going on? While I was doing my thing.
Dorriguez here was telling me that he was looking for work, and we were discussing what happened with his ship and how he came to make it this far.
Well, you know.
We said nothing about any satchels or anything.
What?
How did you know about the satchels? Beyond,
You hiring me to get you a satchel?
but
and
we
bring
didn't
it
tell you anything else about the
Am I supposed to hear
stats.
this conversation?
No, just the
Oh
satchel.
no, you're fine. You can.
Great. Just wanted to make
Stay
sure I
in
wasn't
Whatever,
gonna get.
whatever was in
knocked
it
off
is
for overhearing
perfectly
this.
up to you. I didn't look in it at all.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and test your metal, as it were.
You're gonna fight somebody?
Oh, I didn't plan on it. No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I have no faith in you. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting! You're gonna fight somebody. I can't wait to see you nail it.
All right, Reef. So you do or don't have faith in him?
I have so much faith in him. As
All
a
right.
person that I hate with all my heart, I have a lot of faith in his skills of fighting.
Oh, I wasn't aware that you two had a lot of mutual history.
It's not hate so much as
Yeah, it's fine. We're
Yeah.
fine. We're professionals, so
Fine.
it's fine.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, fight somebody. Who's he fighting? Can't wait.
Follow me. And as he turns back to his desk, he reaches underneath the big mahogany. It's actually an ironwood desk. Pretty sure I said that before, but big mahogany or / ironwood desk across the little, and he reaches down and he's about to touch it, and then he hears his sending stone go off like an intercom. Sir, there's some men and a grung here to see you. A grung? Yes? Okay.
Oh, I miss Lapad.
Who's
Who's
Lapad?
Lapad?
As Lapad, which we don't have to switch to this yet because we're not there yet, gets flung into the room.
Lapad!
Reef, stop trying to touch us.
I didn't try to touch you. You were trying to touch me.
And they just close the door. And you see Zindar go, wait a minute, did you just say Lapad?
Yeah, this is Lapad. Oh my gosh, we were traveling together. This is so crazy. Oh my gosh, how are you? Well, obviously not great right now, but hey, this is awesome.
You just see like the eyebrows, which would be like more like crests
The dragon
of
eyebrows.
this dragon,
Yeah.
of this half dragon, just kind of like curve into the most confusion that he's so you're traveling with Grung now?
I've seen
What's wrong
him.
with that?
I've seen
I'm
him with her.
confused.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Who is this
Lapad
one?
is
Who's this one?
This is Zindar.
Who's this one?
Oh, goodness. Okay, so Lapad is a lovely grung who was on a journey with me until recently. He's a oh my gosh.
I'm the savior of Cholt, thank you.
Oh, you just feel the reverberation of the laughter coming up all the way. And you can also see that his eyes start to glint with this red kind of like orange fiery glow. And he says, "Sounds tasty."
Is this one going to eat me?
I hope not.
He doesn't usually do that.
Why
He prefers sweet meat.
I don't taste
have you
very
been
good.
thrown into my office?
I'm wondering the same thing.
He reaches down, touches the sitting stone. He goes, "Why is he in my office?" The report that the guard left said that he was in the anchorage accusing orcs of. It looks like they said some siding with Ginny or something. Is it? Does it say genocide? It could. Their handwriting isn't very good.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Oh, she's bombing.
So hard to get good help, huh, Rodriguez?
She's so sweet though.
She is sweet.
She's a very sweet girl.
That counts for something.
I mean,
What?
Right?
Genocide?
Yes. So, would you like to actually tell me why you were here?
Someone murdered all of my people, and I was looking for information. I followed the tracks, and it took me to the crappy part of the Port Nyanzaru. I mean, all of the parts are crappy, but that one especially was the crappy. And then there was the big stupid orcs that I'm just asking for information, and then they get all crazy. Then they're throwing things at me.
All right. You vouch for this
absolutely, 100%.
meal?
Oh, come on. Don't do that.
They're very tasty. We serve them at all of the finest
He made
inns.
himself a beard and everything. Give him a little credit.
Credit?
Yeah, that takes some ingenuity.
I feel like I'm
Okay.
being belittled.
Obviously, he's very competent. He survived the insanity that we all went through.
So you're saying that you would take ownership of his... You would vouch for him. You want me to sign him over to you.
What is this conversation? What are you saying right now?
Well, it's
Yeah,
either that
what
or
aren't you
we
saying?
send him to the butcher, I suppose.
Are you trying to have him be my slave or something? Because that's weird.
No,
that's
we
weird.
have a registry, and the creatures can be checked in as long as somebody is being responsible for them.
I'll be responsible for Lepad. I trust him completely.
That helps. All right. And he goes through his desk, and you can see him like sliding pieces of paper around until he finds a little thing, and he goes, "You said his name is Lepad."
Yeah.
He starts scribbling, and you can see this pen that he has, like the big quill, is just like, it's like multicolored. It's gotta be from like a phoenix or some
Sure.
giant bird. And he's like dipping into an inkwell that you could probably stick your arm into. He's just like, boom, writes this big swooshes. And then he reaches back over and he says, "Let me see your bracelet."
What's the number on it?
And he scribbles down the number and he says, "Sign here." And you have to like,
Churning butter. There.
scrolls it up, slides it into his little scroll case on the side. I'll have Susie organize it later. Assuming. All right, back to the matter at hand. First, no more trouble out of you.
I didn't cause trouble in the first place.
Great. And he goes back over the desk and he presses the button, and you see a wall slide back and away. And as he follows himself, or as he goes in, he waves you to follow him, and he's like, "Yishnock."
Yes, yes, yes.
And you guys hear the echo come down the hall as there's a staircase that spirals down into what looks like a little basement area. and a little, well, he's not little, he's about your size. He's about a 6 foot or so size lizard folk. Don't think, you might know who he is, or not who he is, but you might know of them.
Okay.
You definitely know of them. You can roll me a history check to see if you've ever had a run-in
I
with them.
remember things. 13.
Okay, you've heard of the lizard folk, but you haven't actually experienced any of them trying to stay as clear of the swamps as possible.
Sure.
The only swamp that you've actually been in Cholt is the really, 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 really hot one. Which he probably doesn't want to be. There's not a whole lot. There wasn't a whole lot of lizard folk there.
No.
So he goes, Yishnak, you came searching for information
Yes.
on why your warriors are not responding to the rituals, yes?
Yes.
And your elder is decayed.
Yes.
Very good. I will help you.
Good.
Kill him.
This one?
Yes.
Ooh. First. Walk over to him and I give him a hug. Does this put you at ease?
No.
Is this too long?
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to. This is the way that we greet each other. Yeah?
Friends, but friends don't try to kill each other.
It's sparring. Calm yourself.
You said kill, that's a bit of a different than spar.
Friends
Yeah.
do not kill each other.
So you wish to be friends?
Eventually.
I'll let you know.
Thank you. Friends do not kill each other. Ever?
Ever.
Ever.
I mean, I think there's some gray areas.
That's when they're not friends.
Ha! Was that a joke?
No.
Oh, not a joke. Not joke.
I like him.
Thank you.
I wish I could
Yishnak
wish I
is
could read what he was writing.
Yishnak is learning. The lizard folk are foreign basically to everywhere, including other parts of the jungle. And as he's saying that, Yishnak, you're scanning the different characters that are standing in front of you. You see this, like, you look down and you see a well put together female. She's got on a pretty nifty little jacket. She looks like she's got everything close at hand. There's a pretty nifty like whip by her side, and she has this nice wide-brimmed hat that she keeps fussing with on occasion. And then she'll take it off and curl it up and kind of put it in her back pocket. And then like as she's like fidgeting, she'll take it out, unroll it, and put it back on, and just kind of like go through that motion. He just smells like liquor and alcohol, which to you pretty much just smells like poison. As if he's purposely trying to kill himself.
This one. Food?
And then you look down and you see Squishy. You've definitely seen Grung before.
Eaten Grung before.
What's the grung lizard folk relation?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
And he just kind of stands there, and I'm guessing, based on everything I know about Lepad, that you've puffed out your chest.
Yes.
So
Confident food. Happy to be eaten.
and roll me a history check.
History. Oh boy. 8.
If you've eaten grung before, it was not a particularly pleasurable meal. Perhaps maybe you did not cook it thoroughly enough. But
Hotter fire.
yes,
More time.
but not the one that Zendar really wants you to eat yet.
Yet.
You don't have to write that one down. I'll let you know.
Why does everything want to eat me? I come
I-
from the jungles of Cholt to the port, which is supposed to be civilized, and everything just wants to eat me.
I don't want to eat you, the patent.
I like pat Lepad on the
okay.
shoulder and go, Pat, don't worry about it. You've killed the big tooth, right?
She's right. I did kill the
You
big
killed
tooth.
the big tooth, so you don't have
Strong
to worry.
food. You are
But you'll have to work to eat me. I am the master of the poke poke.
acceptable. That is compliment.
What is wrong with this one?
He's
I
I mean,
think he's learning.
Yeah, he seems like he's, you know,
And it was.
do you know handshakes? Oh, yes you do. Yes you do. That was a great handshake. You did a very good job.
That good?
Good.
Good.
Good
Oh,
handshake.
handshakes, yes.
Good. Yes. Good. Good. Yeah.
Okay. Both Yishnok and Reef need to give me con saving throws.
Wait, why do I need to give
Because you
him?
pat him on the shoulder a second ago.
But he's wearing a cloak.
Fine, I'll let that slide.
I was like, that's very close. Uh-oh.
It's a 1.
Cool. Take your positions, and you hop to the opposite side of the room.
So we're doing this to second hit, third hit.
I mean, he did say kill him, so I think, not to put words in your mouth, I think wants one of you to die, which I think is kind of sad. Like I feel like there's something here, you know? Like he seems sweet.
Seems very nice.
You not so much, but he seems sweet.
You just feel the presence, somewhat frightful presence, of the large gold dragon walk over and insert himself between the two of you. And he just kind of looks down, like gives you a little bit of side eye, not like in a hateful way, but just
Right.
like in a,
Know your place.
got it.
But you know, what do I know? I'll just be here.
Are they going to fight?
Only unless you want to take his place.
I don't know this one. I
That's
was just
right.
going to watch.
Have a seat or whatever elsewhere.
I'll walk over and like, flop down.
I'll sit down too.
Loser is food.
Likely.
Good. I will
And then he
strong food
says,
if I lose.
one second. And he says, don't start until I get back. He goes up, and there's a sand pit outside where you are practicing.
Yay!
And he like opens the door on the side of his office that leads out to the port. A little bit of a sand pit that is excluded from the rest of the port area. You can still hear all of the bells and sounds, the waves coming across, but you've got a little bit of privacy, which is good considering the color of your skin.
Okay.
That's not any other way except to say that you're blue. And you start to, and he looks over and he goes, Eden,
Yes.
come, watch.
All right.
And he opens the door for you, and very much like the Beast acted like initially, where he was like trying his best to be like very fatherly about the thing. Not the Beast later does not become very like fatherly, but he's like a little more awkward because of the size difference and because he seems to look at you a little bit more like a daughter than like anything else. So he just kind of like opens it and he's just like, okay. And as you walk by, like he's still like 3 feet taller than you.
Okay.
And then he says, to the basement.
What's in the basement?
There's a sparring pit.
Oh, all right. All right.
You've been to it before.
Yes,
You didn't get
I
knocked
forgot
out last time, did you?
momentarily.
Okay. Just checking. So as they're walking down, you guys can kind of hear the echo of his voice. You know he's talking to somebody as they're headed down the staircase. And he goes, so there's a man in here that should he prove himself still capable, I might send you along with to work as assistance for him.
Okay. Let's see what he can do.
Indeed. And they get down to the bottom and he pulls up and he goes, He looks over to both of you. You can give me another con saving throw.
10.
Okay. That is not enough yet. You will still be hopping about.
Okay.
I can see how this combat's going to go.
Is this unusual for me? Do I realize that I'm doing this?
Yes. And now you know why, and it's because you definitely realize that you're hopping. And you remember that the reason that your meal was not so good last time that you had grung was because you didn't cook it enough, and they seem to have some different types of poison depending on the color. Sorry, I can hear it, but... All right. So, why don't you two roll me some initiative?
17.
8.
Okay. Well, Dariguez.
Take a moment to stretch, pull out the dagger and the rapier.
Go for it.
All right.
And he says, wait, is there anything that you two need to do to prepare yourselves? He's clearly stretched. Yishnok, do you need to do anything to prepare yourself for this?
Fight is fight.
Okay. So you don't want to protect yourself first with any spells or anything?
No.
Okay. Have at me.
There's spells in this fight.
Well, I'm not making you fight with one arm behind your back.
It's not a
Is
spell.
one arm fight?
Say again?
We one arm fight?
No.
Okay.
All your capabilities, please.
Oh. Real fight.
Yes.
Oh.
If you have to take a bite out of him, that's all right.
Well, that is fight.
Yes.
On guard.
That.
Okay, what are you doing? You still have to tell me what you're doing.
I advance towards him and try to whack him with the side of the blade without killing him. But just subdual damage.
Okay, you're gonna hit the subdue right now. Sounds good. Let's do it.
Start from the front. I'm not trying to kill him. Don't care what he says. 17 to hit.
Okay.
I'll hit.
For 16 points. Swing around with the hilt of the dagger and try to catch him upside the head
Okay.
for a 19.
Yep.
That will only do 5 points.
And that is your action, bonus action, and movement.
It is.
All right. Dariguez does his best to hit you with the flat side of his rapier, thwapping you, and then bringing the pommel of his dagger around to pop you as well. And catches you a little bit off guard, but you seem to find an opening to do what? It's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, your turn.
I will cast Hold Person.
Okay.
Alright. So that would be
Any
a...
attack of opportunity for spells at point blank range?
Do you have Mage Slayer as a feat?
No, that's what I was asking.
Then no. Why would you get that, Kyle?
Asking?
Why would you ask that? It's a feat for a reason.
You know the answer, Kyle.
make a Wisdom saving throw.
Boy, those suck.
That's sort of why I did that.
Natural 20?
Okay. Never mind.
All right, you still have a bonus action and a and movement if you would like.
Let's see, move and bonus action.
There on your sheet there, it should be on the first page there.
I'm just trying to think of what I want to do. There's not much else I can do. Can't move away.
I'm gonna lean over to Reap and go, this fight is lame.
I guess that's the end of my turn.
You do have a bonus action that you can use if you want.
I do. What's my bonus
Everybody gets a
action?
bonus action.
Oh, really? Oh,
But it's just whether you have something that uses a bonus action.
yeah.
The first thing under this thing bonus action could work.
Wait, where is that?
Probably a bite.
Bite I can only use if I hit with an attack.
Okay.
So I can't.
Sounds good.
You gotta strike first.
Yeah.
All right. You're up then, Mr. Rodriguez.
That's not a nice spell. Probably would not be good to do that. I'm gonna smack him again
Okay. You go to bop him on the nose.
for dirty 20
Yeah, you're fine.
with 16 on the second.
Yes.
Okay, so both hits.
For 19 points.
Okay. Okay.
Is this enough yet?
No.
Okay.
It's your turn.
This is serious
Ready
fight.
yourself.
You both look kind of lame right now.
I'm
He's
gonna ca-
probably not super impressed.
Yeah,
gonna
this
cast-
is a blowout.
I'm gonna cast Blight on him.
Blight?
Yes.
Oh.
That'll be well. Make your. I think it's Constitution saving throw first.
Take me back to the orcs.
Yeah, Constitution.
That's a 14.
Nope. That's 8d8 damage,
Nice.
and then plus another 4d8. So 6 plus 2 is 8. Plus 6 is 14. Plus 7 is 21.
Anyone, yeah.
Wait, so it's 8d8, and then it's
8d8.
for each level above that.
Oh, above that? Okay, so then
So
it's
you're
another
only
1d8.
looking at 8d8.
8d8. Okay, got it. Plus 2. Plus
23.
3 plus 1
24,
plus 5
26.
plus another 1. Not the best.
Oh, wait, no.
27.
27. Yeah, 27.
Okay, so you see him kind of like pull a bunch of energy up from the ground and thrust it into you, and you can feel the water drain from your body, what little was left, and you now feel even more dehydrated than you did previously. Sir, you still have a bonus action and an action. Or sorry, you still have a bonus action and a move action
Yeah.
if you would like.
Can't move away. Can I use my move action to disengage?
You cannot. The move action is just distance.
Just distance.
If you have
Okay.
something that allows you as a bonus action to move away, you can do
Yeah,
that.
which I don't, so I have to stay here. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. He nudges you, and you take the cue to close the distance between you and the captain.
Okay. I'm over here. Boop, boop, boop. So I'm behind him?
Sure.
Okay. I see you changed my weapon to a trident.
Mm-hmm.
So I take my trident and I swiftly knock him in the back of the knee with it.
Okay. Would you like to roll me an attack roll, please?
Yes. That's 8?
No,
That's
that's
a
a
D20.
Oh, okay. This is my first time. Oh no, it's a 4.
Plus.
Plus your
Whatever
your
the
bonus
to
if you
hit
hit.
is.
if you're attacking with your trident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to hit, you add 11 to that.
11
Okay.
tridents.
Yeah.
It's not
So,
because it's a trident, it's
11
because
plus
she's a
so it's
dragoon.
15.
So she has
So-
a dragoon-specific
bonuses.
cavalry
So
weapon.
this is just to
Nice.
decide if you land your attack or not.
Yes.
Okay.
And you have 15, so
So
altogether.
I did land
So
it?
well, you have to.
He'll
So
let you know.
you're
Okay.
fighting against something. So when you roll and you add your bonus, then we have to compare that against an armor class. And so
Okay.
Rodriguez's armor class is
17.
17. So your first attack misses, but you are a
Trust
fighter
me.
and you have 2 attacks.
And you rolled a low on the first one.
Yes. So roll me your attack again.
So
Okay.
roll the d20.
10.
Plus
Okay,
the
so that's going to
11.
end up being a 21,
Okay.
and that'll hit. So now you roll the damage die, which is a D8 for your cavalry weapon, which, yes, that's higher than a trident would normally be. She has a cavalry weapon for a reason. And give me that roll.
4.
Okay, now add your bonus on the same line. It should be at the end there.
14.
Yep.
Is it?
Well, it's 10, so she's adding
10
that to
plus
the
4.
Okay. So that's one of the special classes. And that does a total of 14?
Yep.
Okay. And as part of your...
I shoot him with my hand crossbow.
That's right, at point blank range. So you can
Yes.
go ahead and pull that out and fire that at him.
Okay, I need a d6.
You need
First
you
roll your
always,
D20.
always roll the
D20
D20
first.
to
See if
hit
it
first.
hits. Yep.
I'm learning.
For weapons.
Okay. 8
Plus 5.
plus 5 is 13.
Okay. So 13 is going to miss.
Okay.
He feels you come in, jam the trident along the back of his leg. Takes a little bit of damage, but then as you go to pull the crossbow, you fire, and he moves just slightly out of the way, and the bolt hits the wall and clatters against the floor some distance away. All right, Darigas. Let's see.
Yeah.
Woo! Now we're talking.
2 on 1.
I'll take another shot at him
All right.
for 26.
Doesn't hit, actually. Of course it hits.
It could. It could miss. And a backup. It's going to miss. So that just
I might think that you don't get your
oh, wait.
your
Because
sneak
she's
attack because she is
within 5
adjacent to you. Yeah.
So it's just a D8. Which is 8 plus 4, 12 points.
12 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
And action surge.
Sure.
Take him another shot
Okay.
for. I doubt it's gonna hit. It's gonna be a 12.
Nope.
Miss.
All right.
And then. I will take. I'll take bonus action and second wind.
Your bonus action was your second attack that you made before
That's right.
your
Never mind.
other thing, but you can move if you would like.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, Mr. Yishnak, would you like to go ahead and have your turn, sir?
Okay. This is real fight. Let's see. Let's do. All right, I'm gonna do prayer of healing.
Bad.
I'm gonna do prayer of healing on myself.
Okay.
That would be 2d8 plus my wisdom modifier healed in damage, because I'm not doing so hot. So that would be 6.
What level spell are you casting
Oh,
at?
this is just the base is just 2, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 2. So that would be 6 plus 5, so 11 plus 4, so 15 health.
So prayer of healing is you can obviously pick the people, but it is up to 6 characters around you.
Okay.
Just as an FYI.
Yeah. That's fine.
If you wanted to, you could get the same amount of healing for the same kind of spell. That's fine. Go ahead and do your
Yeah.
do what
let's
you can do
it.
there. And you want to do that with your action?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still have a bonus action.
Mm-hmm. I can't really spend that bonus action on anything.
As a teachable moment, since you're new to clerics,
Yes.
if you wanted to swap that around
Uh-huh.
and still use your action to attack,
Mm-hmm.
you could use your bonus action for healing word and cast it at a higher level. It's less die to heal with,
Okay.
but the more spells that you add to it, the higher more number of dice you get for that.
Okay.
The higher slot you use, the better it does.
Yes, and since you're a little starved for bonus action things, perhaps that would be a better way to get healing.
Okay.
if you still wanted to do some damage or something.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I don't heal 14.
it's a minimum of a 1d4.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to increase the spell level on that, you could do it up to however many 4th level spells you have, which it looks like you already burned one.
Yes.
So you have a 3rd level spell?
Actually, I have 2 3rd level spells, I think.
Yes, you have a few.
Yeah.
You could use your 3rd level. You could use a 3rd level spell, and you could roll that. That would give you 3d4.
Okay.
Plus your Wisdom modifier.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do that instead.
All right.
Okay.
So go for that as your bonus action.
I actually need a D4. I don't have one. I didn't have one. Thank you. All right, so 3D4.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at 2 plus 2 plus 1. Great.
5.
Yeah. 5 plus
Plus-
3 is 8. So I'm at 12. And then I can still attack?
And then you still have your action to do anything except cast another spell.
Got
you
it.
could cast a cantrip if you wanted to, but it can't be an actual spell that takes a
I'll
slot.
just attack with my quarterstaff.
All right, give him a swing.
Healing word's a cantrip?
Healing word is not a cantrip.
So I was checking.
Healing
I
word
was
is
trying to
what he
remember
just
what it
used.
That would be 21.
To hit?
Yeah. Okay. And it's 1d6, I think. Plus my strength.
Yes, as a one-handed weapon, it's 1d6.
Yes.
And then if you
Plus my s-
have,
yeah,
Plus strength.
if you would like to expend one of the charges on it, you can.
I do. So 1d6 plus strength, so that's 3 plus 2, so 5, and an additional 2d10 necrotic. 2 plus 7. So 9, so that would be 14.
And I'm looking bad.
Looking pretty bad.
Oh god, yeah.
How are you in hit points?
I got 1.
What?
So close, huh? Are
That's
you
it.
all done?
That's it.
All right. It's your turn.
You want me to kill this man?
He's if I would like
It
to
seems
see.
very easy at this point.
Oh. You might be surprised. Do you really wish to forego your turn?
No,
Press your attack.
I will. 15.
On the die? So
Plus
that's
15 on
11.
the die.
so that'll be a 26.
Okay.
So you're going to hit him.
I'm going to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kill him.
No, you say I'd like
Okay.
to subdue.
I'd like to subdue him,
There we go.
but I also want him to be embarrassed.
As he passes out,
2?
he's like,
Okay. So you take
2 plus what?
2 plus your
Plus
the hit.
11.
So
12.
Okay. So you take and you swing the bottom of your trident down and flip up his leg, and then you take and flip it over in a fancy display and pop him on the head.
Just a donk.
Yep.
Okay.
And he goes unconscious.
I do.
from
And you
off
s-
in the corner where we're sitting, you just hear,
Yeah. And he goes. He leans over to you, Zendar does, and he goes. The only way that he'll earn the respect of the lizard folk is if he has a little skirmish.
okay.
If he's not useful, if he doesn't put up a good fight, he'll just eat him. Notice that he's not started eating him yet.
Is food now?
No.
No.
I'm glad
No, it's
somebody
fine.
else is getting eaten.
Do you want him to be eaten?
I don't know him. Sure, eat him.
You don't know the captain? I
This is
thought.
food? It's food now.
Don't eat
He
it.
can
What have
eat
you
him.
invited me to?
As
He's
you go to
strong
move,
food.
as you would go to, you're like, you can eat, and you
Yeah.
like start to go. She just puts the trident, like the 3 prongs first, down, like right before your jaws would get on him.
Don't need
And I
utensil.
said,
That's fine. I eat with mouth.
and I said no. I said no.
Okay.
Eden will always do as I've asked.
Captain is not food.
Oh, you don't have to write captain. He doesn't have a ship.
Yeah, that's true. He definitely doesn't have a ship.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm
now.
just adding.
All right.
Thanks for always having my back, Lapat.
Eden, would you please drag him over here?
Okay.
So, everybody kind of, I don't have a gold half dragon on
I
hand.
can imagine him.
But yes, I hope that there's some theater of the mind in this world that they can. And as you pull him over, he pulls out a very large healing potion, and he hands it to you, and he says, do you want to, I can get Susie I could sense that there was some bad blood. You can speak freely now while he's out, if you like.
I just like give it to him.
Okay. So he just kind of watches you and he's, okay. As he starts to wake up, he says, all right, so, well fought, Duriges.
I wouldn't say that.
Disagree.
If I ate you, strong food. Very powerful food.
Well,
Thank you.
that's why I'm sending you to watch him. I can count on you.
I'm to be this man's bodyguard?
Oh, no. No, no, no. Just as I had you before, you will watch him, perhaps take better notes this time.
Understood.
Not to like butt in on all this, I can tell that you have like a plan here. What about us? Are we involved in this, or were we just here to like heckle?
I was under the impression that you were friends. You came in with him, you vouched for him.
Yes.
So are you not going along? I can have...
I would love to. No, I would love. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply that I didn't want to. I would love to. I would love to. That would be great. Can I? May I?
If you would like to.
Great. Okay. Lapad, you want to come with us? You have to because I vouched for you. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what we call buying in. Please join us next week when we go through the next... No. So he says, Yishnak, I will show you where you can get more information, but I need you all to do something for me.
Not eat.
No, please.
Oh.
I would prefer you heal if he needs it. Before he dies. Remember the whole death curse thing that you're here about? It would be best if he doesn't die, at least not without completing the goal.
What a miss.
He's
Not
great at
much.
taking notes.
Really not a lot, to be honest. They crushed you though.
Do not,
That was very fun to watch.
do not let strong food die. Got it.
I'm glad I made you happy, Reef.
Do you two have a thing?
Strong.
No.
I'm just getting these vibes.
No, I.
Yeah, I see that too. Do they have the thing?
No.
What is the thing?
No, there's no thing. There's no thing here. There's no thing.
You make it
AKA
sound like there's a
nothing.
thing.
There's nothing. Okay? Well, Pat, you're supposed to be on my side.
If this one dies,
I just don't know what the thing.
cook for a very long time.
Well, Pat, I won't eat
Who is
you.
this guy? I don't like this guy.
Oh, good. Here we go again with that. So Zindar is just kind of like literally 3 heads above the tallest one of you, and he's just sitting here listening to you guys bicker, and he's like, maybe this isn't a good idea.
You
I-
think?
It's
I
a great idea.
need-
No, this is a great idea.
Good, because as you recall, Duriges, it was important for me to use people that aren't well known in port. Although, wait a minute. There was a report during one of the races that there was a grung riding a triceratops. Had a lot of casualties. Was that you?
Nope.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Nope.
Are you
not at
sure?
all. No. I heard that too.
I'm sure
That's
there's-
that's
I'm
tragic.
sure there's lots of drunk.
That was really
Smell
sad.
Triceratops.
Can you roll me a deception check, please?
What do I add to that?
Your-
Deception.
yeah.
Which is your 12.
12. Let us see what Zendar sits at as a normal situation here. Bum, Bum 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 ba bum bum. There's a Z down there. Yeah. Come on. There you go. Veg pygmy. Weed are close.
Do you have a twin, or am I just seeing double?
Have a brother, not here.
Okay.
Back home.
Where's home? Where's home?
Jungle. Deep, deep jungle.
We were just there.
We were there.
Lovely. Lovely.
Zinar goes.
Lovely.
Sorry about the explosion.
Silence.
Sorry.
Later.
Keep her. That's a player you want at your table.
That was in character.
Yes, I got it. That's why. So he kind of cocks his head at you and squints, and he goes, "All right, okay. Maybe it is a good idea to send you along with him. You're sure you want the responsibility for him?
Yeah.
Okay,
Not worried at all.
all right.
But you talk about me like I'm not here.
No, I'm talking about you like you're standing right here. The information that you gathered for me a
Yes.
few months ago.
I'm familiar.
Would you be able to recap it for them, or would you like me to go grab the notes from upstairs?
I think I can recap it.
All right.
So I swam into what seemed like an enclosure, and there were there was room for two ships, but there's only one ship at the time, and seemed rather curious. There were all sorts of different races and ages and genders all there. There was a land sea cow on the ship, which I don't know if that counts as land or sea, and it was standing on its hind legs, and there were symbols there. I can vaguely recall. That's in the notes that we've drawn down. It seemed suspicious.
So it was just a cave,
Yeah.
and inside there was a ship that just had a lot of people on it.
No, suspicious people.
So
What made them
pirates.
suspicious?
Let's get those notes.
So pirates?
You send this one on the missions?
This one has some unique abilities. She is very good at infiltrating when it has to do with seaborne situations, and quite apt to handle herself. Whereas I can see one of your stature becoming lunch to more than a lizard folk.
Don't eat him.
No.
Now.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Dorriguez.
Yes.
Reef. Actually,
Yes.
I think that I'll just do business with you. Dorriguez, make sure that she stays alive. I quite like your pose.
Thank you.
If your mission, because you are also seeking employment, yes?
Absolutely. Yes.
So I could use some information.
Okay.
Those ships she spoke of, they are smuggling things, as best I can tell, around my port. You can see how this causes an issue,
Right.
and I make quite an entrance pretty much anywhere I go, being that I am, and he just kind of gestures at all of his magnificent, massive, you can take a look at him right now if you would like to.
I would like to. Oh, look at that big boy. Yeah.
Ooh,
He's a big old man. Okay.
Okay.
he tastes very good.
No.
No, don't. No.
There's no chance in your life that you would ever get to eat one of those.
Goals.
Goals.
Eat
It's good to aspire to things.
big man.
Dragon is, I think, more what you want to go with.
Dragon man.
So, I would like it if you could find out the information of what these ships go by, what they might be bringing in. This one said that they had some crates waiting with satchels and fruit,
Okay.
and they were taking that out. but the crates that they brought in did not seem to. She did not gather any information about that.
I see. So we need to get back to where she went and lay low, but get way more information.
Yes, and she didn't do a very good job of marking the way to that cove outside of the reef system around the outside. No puns or anything there. Reef.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
I don't think that you all would be able to get there even if I gave you a boat. Plus, you'd be seen.
Right. So what's the plan?
The plan would be for you to go and find some pirates, perhaps rough them up if necessary, and find out some more information. We believe that there are a couple of syndicates vying for more influence than I am prepared to give them.
This is sounding more and more fun the longer
Right.
that you tell me. Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Find pirates, rough them up. Yes. I'm in on all of this. Okay. What else?
I will make it worth your while if you can find me out a couple of things. Number one, who the syndicate is, what the name of the ships are, and perhaps who is running the syndicates, if you have any information on those things.
Okay. And I assume you still have interest in knowing exactly what it is that's on those ships.
I would like to know what it is that they're smuggling in. However, it is more important that you bring information back to me than it is that you disrupt the situation or get yourselves identified.
Sure.
Your value to me as a group is that you are unknown in this town.
Right.
Except, obviously, Dorriguez has not yet. Obviously, Dorriguez has some amount of notability, as I'm sure you would too. I recognized you from the conversation, so maybe you can use that to your benefit, but nobody knows that you're working with me, and it would be best if it stays that way.
Right.
However,
Okay.
if you have to spill some of that information to survive, I understand.
Okay. Let's do it.
I will pay you for this information. I will pay you to make sure nothing happens to her. Yes, what would you like?
I have question.
I understand. You can check that off of your list as a way to get somebody's attention politely. It is a thing.
If I help them, you help me.
That is the agreement that we made, yes.
Good.
Good.
Hey, the big one. I'm gonna like tug on his flowies.
On his flowies?
Yeah.
His robes?
His
Yeah.
robe.
Nice flowies. Yeah.
I'm a frog man. I don't wear clothes.
Okay, so as you go and grab on his flowies, which looks a lot like the cloak you are wearing, he snatches it back and drops his entire 9-foot frame down into your eye, like into your eye line, and you just see these massive dragon wings sprout from his back and coil around in front of you, to your left and to your right, and the two claws interlock, leaving only a scant amount of light coming in from behind where they flow down and away, and also a little bit from the top. And he says, "You touched me.
No, I touched the hangies.
Did you have a question?
Yes.
Out with it before barbecue."
You seem like you know the things. Do you know what happened to my people?
Maybe. Prove that you're worth more breath than this. and he inhales deeply and just kind of like almost growls out flame that curls across the ground, making billowing smoke light up the little sides of your cloak. You start to take your flippers and kind of like start to pat it out. Are we clear?
I think we're pretty clear. Yeah.
Never touch me again.
Well, just to be even the flowies. Don't touch the flowies.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
That would be a
How attached are you to your friend?
23.
23?
Yeah.
I like him. He's great.
So, as he growls out a little bit of air that doesn't quite come out like a gout of flame, but more like a curl of noxious fumes, you see him unlock his wings, and you take the opportunity to basically leap straight up and back. And as he comes back, he starts to laugh. And you just see the fumes curl out in front of you, and not you, but you. Make me a strength saving throw, as you didn't see this coming, yet you were standing near enough.
Just like,
Oh, I did see this coming.
You know some of his interrogation techniques. You also get to make me a strength saving throw because it still curls over to you.
That would be a 19.
Okay.
Good roll.
So you take in this. What'd you get? 4. 4?
Yeah.
You get this sense that you're like, and you can just feel your body start to like weaken, like your muscles go like a little bit more slack, and you become lethargic.
okay, the flowies too. I get it. Okay, we're clear.
You'll feel better in a minute.
I just stopped talking.
Where were we?
You know, I don't remember.
I'll take care of your expenses for the first bit, but do not let anybody know, especially in port.
Right. Got it.
And he reaches around and drops a bag of platinum in your
Oh.
palms and
How
says,
much platinum?
and says, this should get you started. 5 platinum should go a decent way. I wouldn't let Dorriguez handle it.
I got you.
Also, the animal things might not understand the value of it.
Cannot eat platinum. Doesn't taste good.
The Triton is good people. All right.
Never
So
really tried.
I would say perhaps check in some of the local watering holes as your first bet. The docks may have some information that might be Dorriguez's strong suit, if he can locate the appropriate people or if he has any friends that are there. But make sure he's discreet. Right. There's bonuses if I can use your services again.
Great. You hear that? It all worked out. How are you feeling? You okay?
I don't know. It depends on how many hit points I got back from that potion.
He leads you guys back upstairs. And he sets you up. He has you report to Susie, but then she's just drawing up paperwork. But the paperwork that she draws up says it has all wrong names on it,
Oh, good.
and
I'll go. For just one quick second. Perhaps we could fix that before Zendar gets angry.
he's standing in the doorway and he goes,
Didn't say he wouldn't see it.
"It's on purpose, Reef."
Yeah.
good.
The contract should be honest.
It's not a contract. It's your hotel lodging. You weren't here. It wouldn't do me any good.
We're supposed to blend
We're
in.
here now.
Right. Right.
Yes, you are currently standing here. So please inform the lizard folk and the grung about what I mean.
Got it.
I will have one of the children escort you to the inn that you can stay at.
Okay.
And you see him turn around and leave, and Susie goes, "Oh, okay. So I'll go ahead and get one of the. I never saw you. I like to keep it that way so I can keep my job.
No, totally. I never saw you.
Okay, no, you're cool. I mean, it's cool if I've seen you. Wait a minute. I think. Okay. Anyway.
I'm seeing you now. You're in front of me.
But if anyone
Oh,
asks,
neither
you
of them
didn't.
understands.
If anyone were to ask you, you have never met her. Let's practice. Have you met Susie at Zindar's office?
She's there.
No. Wrong answer.
Oh.
Let's try again. Have you met Susie at Zindar's office?
She's there.
No.
Pretend.
Instead, you say, I have never met Susie at Zindar's office.
This is lying.
Lying. Yes.
It's like,
Good job.
This is going to be a long adventure.
I'm not worried about you, Lapad. You got this, right?
I've always got everything.
Again.
Have you met Susie at Zindar's office?
No.
Good job.
Yay.
Yay,
Don't
this
say you
one
met her
can-
anywhere else.
Don't let
Ah,
him talk. Don't let him talk.
Got it. Yeah,
And
I
don't-
agree.
Don't say you met her anywhere else either.
And he furiously scribbles into a scroll, drops it into his scroll pouch, and pulls out another fresh one that he puts into a little eraser that he can pull out and scribble on again if he needs to. But for now, it's blank after that one.
Note's important.
Yes.
Wow.
So a little kid comes up and goes, hi.
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 Are you for us?
Yes. And so it's really hard to tell the gender of the child.
Sure.
The hair is like middle length. The face is kind of covered in mud, and he or she is wearing like a burlap kind of drapery.
Okay.
And it just goes, I'm supposed to show you to a hotel, and then I'm supposed to close my eyes.
Okay. I'll make sure to remind you to close your eyes, okay?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's sad because you're pretty. I feel like I should look at you more. And you're. I've never seen you before.
Right.
That's not just what I'm supposed to say. You're just you're pretty too. The way the
It's fine.
torchlight glistens is really cute and
Yes.
stuff. And
How about
it's
that
This
hotel?
one, this
Oh
one's
my-
gonna know where we sleep.
Oh, it's a frog. I've seen frogs before.
Yeah?
I've never seen one that big that talks.
I don't think we should follow this one.
We're supposed to follow him, so we're gonna follow him, Lapad. Okay?
He's just like awestruck, he or she. He's just like awestruck with you. Okay.
Do you know where the
If we
hotel
follow him, will he
is?
stop looking at me or she?
Tiny human knows city better.
And as soon as you speak, the eyes just rack to you and go, oh, and starts to blend in behind Reef.
It's okay. It's okay. No one's gonna hurt you.
You hug?
Not
Hug.
No.
We should give him a hug.
Hug
Yeah.
people that you've already met. First time meeting, right? First time, no hug.
First.
The little face just kind of like
No. Hug.
tilts out from it, and then
Smile.
those are sharp.
They are sharp. But I promise I'll protect you, okay?
Can I stop
And a
to
little
smile?
hand shoots up and grabs onto your hand,
Okay.
and then just starts to like waddle
Okay.
with you, like pulling you along.
Let's go to the hotel. Yay!
All right, so after, like, you guys basically take, the port has the inlet, and then there's, like, a nice little dock area, right? But it's walled off around the outside. And Zindar's office is not actually in the port area. It's up around on one of the outstretches. And the child takes you around the walls, and then as you're, instead of having to go all the way around, down around the market area and stuff, takes you to one of the, like, kind of a little crack in the wall and says, looks around, takes some of the ivy and parts it a little bit, and says, this is where we're going.
Okay, is this where you need to close your eyes?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Okay. And then just starts to like all the way through this little gap in the wall. Okay. And then as you two come through,
Right.
the little finger points up, and you can see that there is a sign that looks like a turtle dragon.
Okay.
Dragon turtle?
Dragon, turtle, turtle, dragon. It's all the same for me right now. Don't correct me again or I'll kill you.
They're dead.
Done. And the turtle dragon sign is hanging in the moonlight. And the little finger goes, okay, now I'm gonna do this.
Okay. Good job. You did a very good job.
Okay, I don't know if you went or not. You can just go.
Okay.
We're leaving now.
I've still gotta keep my eyes closed.
Okay, we'll go inside of the.
Do we leave him there?
The dragon turtle.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we're supposed to.
Okay.
I believe this is a street urchin.
Of sorts.
Urchin. Tasty.
I don't know that you've ever had anything from the sea.
Oh, never mind.
So,
Sounds tasty.
but it'll be on the menu, I'll make sure of it.
With
So-
the spines included.
You find your way into the establishment. There seems to be a nice little, like, it's not super rowdy right now, but it's definitely not as nice as the other places that you stayed when your brother, when you and your brother came back to port.
Right.
And it's definitely not the nicest place. The captain has stayed here, but it is a little better than the worst place the captain has been here,
All right.
the Thundering Lizard. And it's definitely better than the dive bar that Lapad frequented.
Great.
He's a captain again?
No, I'm going to use that instead of using the same word over and over and over again.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So-
it's not the worst, but it ain't
It's a,
even
you know,
close
it's
to
middle,
the best.
middle range.
Yeah.
You can tell that there's a decent amount of coin that's been spent to bring the place, like to buy the place and bring it up. Roll me a history check. Add advantage for your seafaring knowledge.
16.
Okay. So you have heard of this place before, and it's rumored to be the establishment that is owned by Armagh as the purchased with the funds that he gets from the thing, from his,
Toll taking?
yes, from the tolls. You find that the area does seem to have quite a bit of interesting artifacts, for lack of a better word, adorning different parts of it. Roll me an investigation check. Well, actually, only if you want to go look. But
Nudge her. Don't those look familiar?
Do they? Can I roll investigation?
yeah, you can both roll investigation.
17?
Okay,
15 plus 8.
15 plus 8?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Why-
lot.
Why do you think I nudged her?
So you both kind of like are looking up at some of the things that are almost just like pinned to the walls, or like have, you know, like you go to You know, like when you go to a restaurant that's like a seafood restaurant, and they
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
the random netting like
Totally.
across the top.
Oh, we're at Red Lobster.
Kind of, yeah.
At least we're not at Planet Hollywood with all the different trophies stuck on the wall.
Similarly, there are like candelabras that are just kind of like up on the wall, but like held in place by netting.
D&D version of Red Lobster
Okay.
is just making me laugh real hard.
Take us to Cheddar Bay.
Something like that. You actually find a couple of little like statues that you had found and sold from different temples,
Gotcha.
and sold to different vessels that were headed back towards the Sword Coast. You yawned, and I'm like, great, don't yawn, don't yawn, don't yawn.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm surprised that I was able to keep it down.
I know.
So you notice a couple of like there's like an idol that's like a little jade statue that you'd gotten before, and interesting that these things had made it here, because you did get paid for them and they should have made their way back. But
Right.
you see some like combs and some other things that, now that you think about it, remind you of a couple of ladies from your crew previously. One of them looks to be a gemmed comb of Hauruan descent and making. And then a little ways down the way, you see a shoe with some gems attached to it, also stuck up in the netting, about 30 feet up in the air, as that netting just extends all the way out into like the little dining hall area, the like sitting room, and then the second story of it just peels up around, and then there's now like almost a mosaic of what some would call junk, but the value of the things up there are very interesting. As you all walk in, you see a man dressed as if he were a fine dining maitre d' come up and go, excuse me, ma'am, do they have credentials? Are they allowed to be wandering about, or are they?
Yes, they have credentials.
Oh, okay. May I see the paperwork for them?
Do I have the paperwork for them? I assume that
So-
Zindar gave me
Those
that.
are those things.
So so as you take the cue for that, and you're just like, oh yes, and you kind of like step up and you make a little show of your little armored vest there, and in that he's, okay, point authority, I see, yes. All right, well, I assume the lodging is the usual for authority agents. Then I will go ahead and prepare rooms. How many will you need this evening?
Let's see.
Probably 5.
Do you and your husband want to be in the same room?
Oh my God, no, we're not. No, this isn't a thing. That's not a
Okay.
thing.
5 rooms, please.
5 rooms, please.
I'll see what I have available.
Thank you very much.
Do you have the one with the tub? Can I have that one?
I'll look.
Hopefully more than one has.
Take it home room.
So he goes back to
Oh,
the
should
front
he be
desk.
Unmonitored?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, look.
With bed?
The
Sure.
yeah,
Well, I'll stay with Lepad and I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Yishnok.
I'll stay with them. Okay? Then we're good. 3 rooms?
3.
3 rooms.
three.
You're gonna sleep in the same room as this one?
Yes.
What if he
Lepad.
tries to eat me?
He won't try to eat you because
He tried
I'll
to
be
eat me
there.
earlier.
Sorry, everyone.
He's
No,
learning.
he was told,
He
don't
knows.
eat you.
Yeah.
Do not worry. I don't have fire hot enough.
And you aren't going to eat
Yeah.
him.
No
trust this
fireplace
one.
in that room.
He's alive. I'll wait. Fine.
So 3 rooms then. On
You
the-
heard that,
okay.
right? He said he was going to wait. I'm just checking
It
if
won't-
you heard
it-
that.
it-
3 rooms,
Yes.
please. Thank
Oh,
you
all
so
right, I'll
much.
be right back. And he like moves away with his it moves away, comes back with 3 keys, and he drops one into your palm, drops one into your palm, and drops one into yours. And he goes, "I'm not going to leave them. Keys, you'll be responsible for them." All right. He seems to be a little uncomfortable with what you guys are doing
Sure.
there, but obviously is not going to argue.
We're Port Authority.
All right, this is the usual then, Miss I forgot to mention that you usually wear a cloak that you have with you that keeps
I
you
wear
from.
a cloak,
Yes, you have a cloak
Okay.
in
Nice.
town. Yes.
like a hooded long cloak.
Yes. I forgot to mention that in your thing there or something. But in town, it keeps people from seeing more than they
Being
need
too
to.
noticeable.
Right, and if they do see your skin, it's you would just claim that you are you're a drow elf. Is basically what you'd claim.
All right, I'll keep that cover.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that.
It's okay. I know the feeling.
Okay.
Those curses can be a pain sometimes.
So he turns around and walks out, and then a little bit later he comes up, or a little bit later he knocks on the individual rooms and gets orders for your food, and then he stops when he delivers them, and he stops at your room and he says, "I'm. How long should I expect you in town?"
Do you know
Teamed? How long should we?
Not in your room.
Down?
Nope,
I know.
the only
but-
ones that are there, it's just you.
The pad and.
that? Did he tell you?
No.
Until job is done.
No.
We'll be here for a couple of days. Is that a problem?
No, I'm just needing to mark it in the book. Should I ask the one with the badge?
You know what? Sure.
Okay.
I don't freaking know.
I just met the dude. Is there a tub in our room?
There is.
Great.
Oh, I'm already in it.
Yeah.
Then.
Get in there.
Having a great time.
When the buck
Taking the
stops
soap.
at your room, he stops and he goes, "Are you staying for long?"
I know him, right?
Yeah, he knows your badge and your number. He's never probably actively, you always make sure that you're covered.
What exactly is my badge?
It's just a Port Authority badge.
Okay. I
It
thought
just-
he was joking.
No, it's an actual Port Authority badge. You can write that down in your notes for items and
I
things.
have a badge.
I'm not afraid to use it.
We don't need no stinking bag.
We do. We badly need them.
Is there how long do you think you'll be staying?
I don't suppose any longer than a week.
All right. Is this
Keep it open.
okay? Keep it open works for me. Just checking to see if you guys had any.
I don't know.
All right, so as usually works for Zendar when he's trying to do some more covert operations, you actually receive a message in the night from a familiar. It looks like a little pseudo dragon comes up and perches on the windowsill and taps on the windowsill until you open it, and gives you a scroll.
Okay. I unroll the scroll.
And the scroll gives you a list of the taverns that you should hit, but we will do that when we come back from a break.
Yes.
And we'll go to break. I think we'll do a raffle at the end of break. So without telling anybody what it's going to be, I'll just go ahead and open up the raffle thing for Mubot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Who
Great.
knows? It's probably something cool.
Probably.
Free stuff is free stuff.
Free
Free stuff
free
is free stuff.
You got nothing to
It's
lose.
all good.
I'm going to go ahead and
Feel free to talk about
Mubot
complete
raffle open.
Taking
Oh,
notes now.
Yeah.
Because I literally forgot everything from the investigation.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't remember. So I have to take
Luckily, you
notes.
can go watch previous episodes.
So
via-
go ahead and make sure that you guys hit the exclamation point raffle if you like watching D&D, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If
Yes,
you like
please.
what we do, check out Maze Arcana on twitch.tv/Maze Arcana, and you can sub there. We also have a Patreon. It all helps, especially when we provide some sweet little raffle prizes. So we're going to take a quick bathroom break, and we'll hop back in. See you guys soon. Literally. Hop.
Muted?
Okay.
I feel I'm the actor. It's the use. What's the matter? There's this place I sometimes must go. Can't explain, so I'll say I'm walking home. The others were the after, the floorboards were after. Earth came off its axis, stood on its toes. Can't explain, but I might ride home. Devour me. Oh, I consume myself. I'm made to be. An axis off its tip. I was an island before you came. On my shores you were tamed. Wandering eyes wander no more. Senses numbed to enticing lures. I don't see them anymore. I brought the wood and you the matches. The flames went up so fast around us. I was an island before you came. On my shores Does it breathe? If not through me, through someone trusting, or does it cheat? With the most intimate deceit, will I know its name? When I see it from another's gaze, I don't know anything. Said we never stop our learning. I broke it off for you, feeling heavy, needing to. I give these sounds to you, all their own, all their own. I broke it off for you, feeling heavy, needing to. I give these sounds.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Maze Arcana. They probably can't see you because the camera's on that one. Thank you guys for coming back. Anybody that grabbed one of those raffle things is your last chance to go exclamation point RAFFLE. Oh, that was on. It's not. That was on this thing. Not.
That was Siren's Kid.
Wow.
That's because my phone is muted. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of quick draws here before we get started. This one will be for some Neverwinter mounts for Xbox or PlayStation 4. We got a few more of those we're going to give away. These mounts are in celebration of the Tomb of Annihilation release on console, and they are special Gorgon mounts, so you can ride around town on a bull.
That's pretty cool.
Metal bull.
A metal bull.
Hey.
It's like a horn forged.
A poison-breathing metal bull.
The Xbox ones are kind of like this multi-coloring, and I believe the PlayStation ones have more of a metallic fill. I'm on you now. So we're gonna go ahead and knock those out. I'll just do 2 right now, and then later I have some chests, some gold chests for Idle Champions. Both of these games are free to play if you want to download them, and this will help get you started. So, exclamation point, Moobot, raffle, draw. 2 now, and then I'll reopen it so everybody can get in. If you're hanging out in chat and you see new people come in, go ahead and let them know that the raffle's going. And thank you to new subscribers. The one that I see right now is Blitz Tank.
Blitz
Tank.
Tank.
Blitz
Thank you
Tank.
for the new subscription.
Thank you.
Here we go. Fargonaut.
Fargonaut, congratulations.
If you've already won one, which maybe you have, and you can't get another one from it because I'm pretty sure it'll only let you have one of the same mount, then let us know and we'll grab, we'll either figure out something else for you and we'll put that back in the prize vault, or if you want to hand it off to a friend, I would be okay with that as well. Just tell them about the stream where you got it and maybe where they
be
should
like,
be
hey,
watching.
have you heard about Maze Arcana and twitch.tv/D&D?
Is your
Wow,
eye
you're good
okay?
at that.
Wait.
Do you do that professionally or
Wait.
something?
I was,
You do that very often?
You know how Lucille Bluth winks and it's just like,
yeah.
What are you doing? I'm winking.
I'm winking. Don't
Don't
do
do
that.
And the second winner is Zen Massacre, or Zen Massacre.
Zen Massacre,
Zen Massacre.
congratulations.
I would say
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And then I've just gone ahead and reset the raffle. So if you guys want to get in for some Idle Champions chess, do it now. I like Idle Champions because you can kind of like just let it roll in the background while you're playing. It doesn't really eat up too many system resources. If you have a decent rig, you're going to be pretty good. All right, so if you have any friends that you want to also get a shot at some of these things, or if you're Idle Champions and watching, you should probably let people know that we're going to give away some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, congrats, guys. Thank you for our new subs on the channel, and let's get back into the game. So, during the night, you find a familiar that flies in, taps on your window, and delivers you a note. You see the familiar fly up and tap on your window as well. You two can give me perception checks if you would like. But this thing basically just taps against the window until you come to the window.
Okay, I'll open the window.
And a little hand reaches out. It's a little pseudo dragon. So it's like basically like Puff the Magic Dragon from the
Sure.
the old show,
Aw.
but like super tiny and just like fatter.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's
And you just-
adorable.
Yeah, just like plops down and it's like
Hello. Oh, thank you.
when you open yours, it just says, "Go talk to Eden." And you can see him like kind of struggle to get aloft.
Oh, do you need?
And he just like a little gout of smoke just like plumes up, and he just like flutters away, just as like, and then he fades into the night, but like very quickly, like he goes invisible. You can still kind of make out the his outline as he's flopping away, and you can see some of the other stuff on the outside, but the little wings are kind of like fluttering back and forth until
Right.
it's just a little too far for you to be able to make out his invisibility,
Okay.
shifting the light around him. You can see that he's used to not going very fast.
Right.
Is not in the best shape for it, but clearly he doesn't have to go very far.
Okay, I want to walk over to our lizard man friend
Oh no.
and say, I need to step out for a second. I just want to review what we talked about before, right? We are all comrades, right? We do not eat comrades,
Comrade.
right? Friends.
Friends.
We are all friends. Do not eat friends, right? Lepad, friend. Do not eat friend, right?
What if?
No. Full stop.
But-
Lepad is friend.
Okay, Lepad friend. But
Do not eat friend.
Okay.
Lepad friend. Do not eat friend. Even if you have fire that's hot enough, do not eat friend.
okay,
Okay?
okay.
I'll be right back. Sorry. Like slip out the door.
Hurry. Oh.
Do I know what room she's in?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah. You just go down and knock on it.
I come to the door.
Yeah, you've got your cloak up and
Got
everything
my
like
cloak
that.
up. I'm apprehensive.
It's Reef. I got a thing that said to come to your room. If you're in there.
From what?
It was like a dragon. I don't know how loud I should say that.
Okay, that's legit. All right. I let her in.
Okay, I walk in.
And it's the same one. So like you guys know the physical appearance of this
Right.
thing if you have any thoughts about it.
All right. I open the door and allow her to come in.
Okay. Closing the door, you lock it behind you, and basically what as you like kind of make your way through the end, you can see down at the bottom that the night is starting to, the people that are there just for food and drinks have started to trickle out. The hearth is pretty empty except for a couple of people. It seems as though the evening is letting things go as you make your way into her room. You unroll a list, and you can see that the names on the list, the bars, of where would be probably the best place to check. The first one is the Fat Fool.
Yes.
And that one, you know, is located outside of the Grand Souk.
Grand soup.
Grand Souk, S-O-U-K.
Okay.
It is the, it's kind of like the nicest bazaar. Like, it's got like the best shops. It's got all the really good items.
All right.
But it's also pricey. So you have only really gone to a lot of the places in Port Nainzaru with like your cloak and your hood, and usually more at night, so things aren't as boisterous as they would be during the day. But that's okay because that's kind of like what he's implying, I think, anyway. So the next one is the Gypsy and Flagon, which is down in the fish market. There is the Broken Candle in Mylar's throat.
What is Mylar's throat? Do we know?
Yeah, so as you guys are talking about, you can say that to her and you'll just basically respond with like, oh, it's near Old Town. It's where it's outside the gates, and it's where they do the Executioner's Run.
Okay.
And you know the Executioner's Run is basically where they dump prisoners
Sure.
and let them run for freedom, which is where he would have gone.
Right.
So this is a rough area.
It's not the nicest place,
Okay.
but it's also one of the most fun. There are, you do know there are massive ziggurats there in which it doubles as the Grand Souk's redheaded stepchild, if that makes any sense. If you were to share this information, you do know that Doriga spent quite a bit of time here before in his in the last few months.
Right.
So let's see, that was the, okay, so the next one is the Flail and the Snail.
Sounds
Okay.
fun.
It is near the Grand Coliseum, and you know that there are a good number of like gladiator types that hang out in that area. So some of the tougher people that would be in port. Not necessarily a sailor hangout, but also you could maybe get some information there about other people who think they're tough and or people that used to be sailors. And the Thirsty Harper, which is in the Red Bazaar. Basically like the meatpacking district. There is like a little kind of description about the locations of some of them, and some cross streets and stuff like that. If you really wanted, you can ask me which ones you are interested in, and I'll be able to give you that information more specifically. But yeah, pretty much that's pretty much where you're gonna.
So we have 5 locations.
Right.
5 locations where, and you know that the way that he likes to operate is that he likes to take sources from different places, so it doesn't look like it's all coming into one place, and also so that he's not relying on a bunch of people. Basically, think the spider, like the
Ferris.
yeah, like Ferris.
Got it.
That explains the street urchin.
Well, I know that this is going to be a shock, Dorriguez has definitely drank at every single one of these places.
All right.
So he might have some information that we can use. But I guess, which one of these is closest, I guess? We'll just have to visit all of them, right?
I would imagine so. It would give us the best variety of information as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so on the map there,
I need to get that map.
you can definitely see where those items are. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, it's so big. Okay. Do we know where we are?
You are right, like around here, in the
okay.
in the warehouse district part of the of port.
Right. So we're closest to the bazaar and the fish market. Well, actually, the Colosseum is closest to us.
Isn't that where old sailors hang out?
Yeah, I mean, it's a port. Old sailors are everywhere, but we need to find out where they talk. That's the important thing.
Perhaps your old sailor could be of help.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm just gonna wake him up. I'm gonna go to his room and knock on his door.
All right.
Did I come too?
Would you like to come?
Yes.
Great. We go to his room and knock on the door.
Okay.
Hello?
Who is it?
Who do you think it is? Don't answer it. Just open the door, please. We have to talk to you about something.
Pop open the door.
Okay. We have a list of different sketchy bars, right?
I hear you're familiar with them. All. Very much so.
And seeing as you are a captain, right? You probably know which of these places, maybe some pirates do some talking and some dealing.
Really wasn't a pirate.
But you're a captain.
I'm sure we can figure
Correct.
it out. What were the places?
Well, we have the Fat Fool by the Grand Souk. It's a rather upscale area.
Oh, by
The
the way-
Gypsy and the Flagon.
Come in and let's shut the door.
Oh, did you not shut the door? Oh, whoops.
Do you have
can-
your Slack available?
Uh-huh.
Good.
Sorry, what were the names again?
We also have the Broken Candle over at Mylar's Throat. By the Executioner's Run, is that something you know what that is?
You know the Executioner's Run is where they
that's,
throw.
yeah, that's where they throw people out to bid.
Okay.
Yeah, but you've never actually been in you've never actually been there during when the days would be that
Oh, okay.
that this would happen because they usually do it all during the day.
And I'm only out at night.
Pretty much.
Okay. The Flail and the Snail and Thirsty Harbor.
Thirsty Harbor or Thirsty Harper?
Harbor.
Per.
Burr? Is it
Har-
per?
Harper.
I misheard that.
It's okay.
Harper.
Not uncommon.
So what do you know?
We're going in there to try to find pirates. Well, let's see. I believe the Flail and the Snail will probably have most of the most recent people who were working on the ships. Maybe they've encountered some of the pirates. Probably. I mean, I wouldn't say we shouldn't go to the Fat Fool first. There's going to be money flowing there. So I'm sure someone who's buying smuggled goods would probably be most likely there if that's of the list. That's the most wealthy. What was the one? The Gypsy and the Flagon?
Flagon.
It's the fish market. It's right, not that far from the water, so there's a chance. What are we trying to figure out which one to go to first? Because assuming we're going to go to all of them.
Let's go to our best hope first.
What were they smuggling? You said you didn't know.
I wasn't quite
There
sure.
were
I saw
satchels
some
and fruit.
fruit, satchels.
Satchels.
It wasn't clear to me.
Broken candles in Mylar's throat, and there's a good satchel dealer in there. He may know of something,
All right.
but it is a rough area.
I think we can handle
I
ourselves.
think we'll be fine.
It's not you I'm worried about. But-
Excuse me?
How many?
What
how many
is
times
this?
I was.
Why are you antagonizing me right now? We're trying to work together,
Should
and
I
you're just
leave?
like, no, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm not sure how saying I was going to be worried that you were going to get hurt is antagonizing, but if you say so, I guess I was.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go to bed. You think on it, and we'll.
So we're
Go
not
somewhere in the
going
morning.
now?
No,
I'm
In the
more of
middle
a
of the
night
night?
owl myself.
it's a bit late even for those bars.
Where are the other two creatures that were with you?
They're in my room.
You mean our compatriots?
I don't know.
I assured them that they really shouldn't eat each other. I should probably go check on them, though.
Okay, so give me a wisdom check.
Me?
Mm-hmm. Just standard wisdom check. You can as well.
Okay. I have
Dorigas, why don't you just all give me, like,
18.
Oh, I was almost a 28.
Natural 20?
okay. So, as Reef goes to check on the two, you two are standing there kind of like waiting, and you're like, maybe it really isn't a good idea for me to be out during the day, and you're like, oh, well, if we're trying to minimize the amount of visibility, maybe night is a good time for us not to be out and be seen, if we were going to use any type of wisdom for this operation.
So night is not a good time for us to be out and be seen.
No, night is a great time to
good.
be out, to be not seen.
Yes.
That.
But this is like in the middle, like 2 or 3 in the morning, right now.
I thought it was like early
Nobody said
evening.
anything about
Oh,
that.
I got the impression that
You said it was winding down, which
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me implied
It was like
Sunset?
after,
everybody's done drinking.
Yeah,
and
after the
going
bars
home.
are
I read it
closing.
as like sunset.
Yeah, I got
Nope.
the impression like the place was shutting down, kind of.
This place does not seem to have that. Not all establishments. The
Let me-
Holiday Inn is not going to be hopping
Let me ask,
unless Snoop Dogg is in there.
what time of the evening is it? How many bells is it?
There you go. It appears to be 9 to 10 bells.
Okay, let's go.
Yes.
This is
Last
perfect,
your count.
perfect time to go out.
All right.
The heat is gone. The people are out.
Now, this is going to be pretty realistic based on the area that you go to for how late these things stay open. So if you guys were going to try to hit a
All of them in one night.
yet consider the demographic.
To do the crawl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we can do that, the first one to close is probably going to be the Fat Fool.
Absolutely.
Should anybody that has been to one of these places before try to think about, try to recall any information about them, they probably could, because this is how D&D works.
That's why I was looking at my Slack.
That's why. But if you don't ask me, and we don't roll, I don't know how much information to give you.
Okay.
Search your thoughts.
I thought I was always hitting each point that was going to show up in the Slack. All right.
Additional information might,
Let's see.
but if you want to try and recall things about a specific one, now would
What
be the
do
time.
I know about the Fat Fool?
All right, give me a check.
What kind? No, I don't know anything about the Fat
History?
History?
Fool. 2.
Yeah, the Fat Fool might be a little, when you're usually buying for everybody else, it might be a little too out of your price range. But from what you recall is that it is, it's near a large public square.
And a 15 for the Gypsy and the Flagon.
Okay. So I'm gonna mark that you got. What was your actual score for the Grand Suit for the Fat Fool?
2.
2.
I
All
have
right.
no history.
Gypsy and the Flagon. You got a 15.
15.
All right, so you know that it's in the fish market, and that it usually is the areas around it, even until around this time, the streets seem to stay crowded with people trying to get the last little bit of, like trying to get the fish for the cheapest prices as the sellers are packing everything up and taking them out. So it stays active pretty well. There is a money changer nearby that you recall from sometimes going in and drinking and needing to switch out your, like to swap the currency. And then also, I'm not gonna, we're gonna say there's a workshop nearby that you had gotten some of your leather working done, and even dropped off some of the sails from time to time to get, or the nets, sorry, some of your nets to get mended for when you were out.
Okay. And I got an 11 on the broken candle.
That's funny. In Mylar's throat, kind of down closer to the edge of the outskirts, beyond where the ziggurats are, you know that that area has kind of like not the stables per se, but like where people might store their any type of wagons if they were going in and out of that area specifically to bring things into the ziggurats. And this is where they might stay, but also it's where the tax collectors, like there's an office nearby for the tax collectors who are going through some of the goods. Think about it as if it were like customs, but for things coming in. So they probably wouldn't allow any of Amina's fruit to make it in. And the street, the kind of area is not very well taken care of, so it smells like sweat and dung.
That one common in Mylar's throat.
What was the roll in that one?
That was an 11.
Okay. That's all I'm going to give you for now. If you want to have another think when you
Okay.
check out any of the other ones, but that's all you can recall for the moment.
Okay. What's going on with those two?
Yeah, I go back to my room.
Okay. What is going on with you two? You were taking your bath. He looks like soup to you. What would you?
Oh no!
What's going on in there?
Well,
I'm just sitting on the edge of the bed, watching.
so well, I'm taking my soak, and I'm writing little notes to Johan because I'm sad, and that's how I deal with things now. And he misses Johan. But
Okay.
has the parchment like this, and I'm sort of just staring him down as I'm writing.
All right. Well, why don't you give us a little taste of what you're writing?
So, dear Johan Wheeler, I'm writing this for you because I know you will come back to the Cholt someday for a follow-up to your world-renowned best-selling book about the pad. I call this Le Pad, Slayer of the Big Tooth, Master of the Poke Poke, Burner of the Snake Man, Smacker of the Bolos, Crasher of the Dinos, Savior of Cholt, and His Adventures. Part 2. Maybe you have a better title, but I like this one. Just staring.
He's never broken eye contact this whole time.
How do you feel about that, Lepad?
I'm just staring him down now. I kind of dip into the water, so like my eyes are just. That's probably about the time that you walk in.
So you walk in and you see Lepad. You watch him like put his scroll, like his notepad, down on a stool that's nearby that he probably climbed to get into the bathtub.
Sure.
And he's just sitting there staring. The two of them are having a staring contest. Neither one seems to be blinking
not to eat him.
I know. I'm very proud. You did good.
Good.
You did good.
Good. Good. Good.
You okay?
He starts to scribble down the writing. Good.
Okay, well, update for both of you. We have a list of bars to go to, and
Talk to people.
yes, you'll get to practice. You'll get lots of practice. So, we're gonna go to Rodriguez's room, and it sounds like we're probably gonna head out in just a couple of minutes. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, you don't know that. When
I
you
don't-
walked,
I
when
mean,
you
I
left,
I don't know that.
Oh.
when you left, you were like, oh, okay, so I guess we're not gonna go out. I'll go check on those two.
Okay, great. You know what? Retcon. We got a list of bars. Probably gonna check them out tomorrow. I'm gonna hit the sack.
There you go. And
I will
you-
practice talking.
Good.
How are you going to go about practicing talking?
Talk to myself.
Okay.
What do you want?
Hello.
Oh,
How are you? Good.
it's good.
How about this? I will help you with the talking if you promise not to eat me.
For now.
Ever, because he is a friend. We don't need
Ever.
friends, right?
Do you want to shake on it? That's lesson 1.
Never shake hand ever.
Yeah, I'm sure he got that right.
All right.
So after about 5 minutes, if I haven't seen her come back out or heard anything, walk over, knock, 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 knock.
Do you want to practice answering the door? Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Perhaps we should stay.
How are you?
You can
Perhaps
look
we
at
should
him.
Step inside.
I am fine. How are you?
I am fine. Perhaps we should step inside.
Am I here too?
Did you go with him?
I think so.
I would have left you in the hallway if you didn't.
No, I'm coming with you.
Reeve, it's not as late as I thought it was.
Wait, is she coming in too?
But you are very, very tired. You were still exhausted from the time before.
Yeah.
You haven't actually had a night's sleep
is
yet.
she coming in too?
Yes.
If she wants to.
I don't know. You should
Hello.
ask her.
Oh.
How
Hello.
are you?
I am well.
Good.
Yes.
Come in.
Thank you. I come in and I keep my distance.
Do you leave the door open?
Yes.
No one can sneak in this way.
Which way?
Front door. I keep door open.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know if you would know to close the door or not. So.
No, no. That way
Because
no
I
one
would
can
assume
sneak.
that all of your tents
Yeah,
don't have doors.
That way nobody can sneak in.
Right.
Makes sense.
You see them coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Reeve, it's not
Close
as
the
late.
door.
But what if
Please?
someone tries to come in?
But we need to talk with no one else. Right? To talk with no one else, close door.
Oh.
Okay?
I will keep watch. I go outside and I shut the door with me on the outside.
That works.
I mean, it works.
Thank God. Did we leave him down there?
Okay, so what's the plan?
It's not as late as I thought it was.
It's a great time to go to a bar
It would
right
be
now.
a perfect time to go through some of these, if not
Now?
all of them tonight.
Can we get some of the juice?
The juice?
The juice.
The juice.
It's the juice.
What's juice?
It's the feel-good juice.
Well,
Does
Did
he
you
mean,
guys drink the juice?
does he mean wine?
I think
Do you-
so.
Maybe.
Maybe.
There are no enemies out here.
Thank you very much. You're doing a great job.
Is he sure about that? I think there is one.
But I don't remember too much about the fat fool. It was.
Well, I know
But
it's
the-
in a better area.
Yeah,
So we should go there
it's
first.
also
It'll definitely
fairly
be the first to close.
Expensive. It would be the first to close. But
But we're
also-
not looking to
We
have a
don't
great
have to
time and drink a
have
lot.
Drinks.
We're looking to blend it. Ooh,
Yes.
I like look around.
Give me a perception check.
That
Wait, are you still a raging alcoholic?
one. 18.
Okay.
Really raging.
Considering the fact that you're a lizard folk, you have not seen any of your kind in the area, but you have started to notice that when people walk by, like for instance, actually, we're gonna do this. You notice in the out of the corner of your eye a couple who look as though they are. Well, you don't know what that is either. You see a man and a woman.
Okay.
They
I
appear to be
understand this.
human.
Some kind.
Yeah.
And as they start to walk by you, they're like laughing. She's kind of like giggling and like playing with.
I start
like, the collar
laughing
on her
too.
shirt. And they're like, and they take like a little bit of a wide berth around you, like almost getting all the way to the like skirting around the railing there, and they just kind of like.
I train I don't let them leave the sight.
They keep eyes locked with you at the same time, and the guy kind of like scoots the girl behind him, and they take a couple of steps back until they look at each other, and then they like scurry along.
Hello? How are you?
You hear a giggle come from the far end of the hall, and you just see a burly man watching you leaned against the wall.
Oh, okay. Wait, how far away is he?
He's down like probably like 60 feet or so down the edge.
Hello? Hello?
He crosses his arms and starts to walk over to you. He's at least your size.
Okay.
Wider.
Okay.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, how are you?
Good. Your turn.
I said that I'm well.
Oh, yes. Good.
That's an interesting stick you have.
Yes.
And is that a shield? Or is some sort of wall that you collect things on?
Both.
Do you want to tell us what your shield looks like?
Oh yeah, my shield basically has like body parts nailed to it.
Oh. Are they old or new?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
I haven't seen your type around much. Where are you from?
Jungle.
Oh. Mm-hmm. And he's kept like a solid like 10 feet back from you. Mm-hmm. He's just like, so where in the jungle?
My village.
Okay. What are you doing in town?
Looking.
Do we hear?
Can we hear him?
Can we hear the
Yeah,
conversation?
I'm wondering if any of this comes through the door or not.
Make me perception checks.
Okay.
The laughter was the first time I talked to him.
18.
18?
Yes.
22.
18.
Okay.
4.
So while Rodriguez is explaining where he thinks you guys should go, you guys hear this awkward laugh. For a second, you're like, okay, it's probably not. And then a little bit later, you can hear, now you go. And then you hear, like, yeah. So you guys start to hush Rodriguez a little bit, and you're like, okay, wait. And you know. It sounds a lot like your other companion who is outside drawing attention to the room.
Oh dear.
And you guys thought I was bad.
Roll me a percentile die.
Okay.
So I created this thing. And this thing is called
That would be 29.
29.
Yes.
What is your, well, you're not even trying, so that doesn't matter. This thing is called the Suspicion Chart.
Okay.
And I created this mechanic for some Adventures League stuff, and it's
Okay.
being used in there. And you guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You've accumulated a little bit of suspicion now. And you guys hear that he's out there.
Should like someone go get him or something?
Maybe this was a mistake.
I didn't hear anything.
I think
What are
that
you
one
talking
should go.
about?
You should go get that.
He
get
likes
what?
you.
Do what?
So, you're looking. You guys hear all like,
Oh.
what are you looking for again?
Elders sent me in.
Elders.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
Village elders sent me in.
Okay, you open the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make my way to the door.
Ah, strong food. I made a friend.
I see that. Come on inside. We should probably keep
Oh, come.
not.
We go in.
We don't know him.
I know him.
So as you poke your head out, you see your friend speaking to what looks to be a large, burly man in some relatively like he's got dark skin. He seems to have like you didn't really hear any accent before, and he seems to have a decent amount of armament rocking, and he's just kind of like contemplatively looking this guy up and down, and he says, "He's with you,
He's an acquaintance. Yes.
an acquaintance.
Yes.
What is? But he's staying with you in your room.
With us. Yes.
Interesting.
We're going to plan an adventure off into the jungle, and we figured someone who has knowledge of the area where we go would not be a bad
We're going to
idea.
the jungle?
Are you a guide?
No, he's not. This is more of just research.
Yes. Yes. Research.
So, come on in. Go ahead. Go in.
All right.
See.
Um,
No. Okay.
both of you roll me a. You're gonna do combined disadvantage here. Both of you roll me persuasion checks.
And what's combined disadvantage? Just take the lesson between the
Yes,
two?
whichever two of you gets.
Oh. That's a 19.
Oh, well, that'll take the 19
Yeah.
because I got a 26.
Woo! That's good because I also got a 19 with no bonuses, and I didn't.
That
get-
was with my -1 on charisma.
That's nice.
I rolled a natural 20.
no.
That's
Oh, you
cool.
got a
Oh, you
crit.
got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Crit.
natural 20.
So in that case, he's just like, oh, okay, I'll, okay. Nice talking to you, friend.
We hug?
No, no, that's okay.
Later.
Okay. I feel like you guys should just automatically fail suspicion checks with him in this.
Anytime he's there, it's, what is going on?
Like, yeah, in a lot of places that would probably, especially in like nicer places.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's not going there.
So, that's where we're going to stop for tonight while they're trying to figure out where to go. Let's go ahead and kick off those raffles. That gives me a lot to play with for next week.
Is Dorica's not good at lying either?
No, Dorigas is a charismatic individual.
I got a 26.
Fascinating.
I wanted to show off to Reef how good I got at lying.
Reef was very impressed. You figured it out.
I got 26.
Lied to him.
I didn't roll that well.
So let's go ahead and we'll do 2 Idle Champions chess. So we're gonna roll off. If you guys win, shoot me, not D&D, shoot me, Rudy Woot, a message on Twitch here. So just highlight my name or whatever, but send it to my account. You could also send it to Maze Arcana, but it gets harder for me to track things if you send it multiple places. And I'm in chat, so that makes it easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these rolls. If you win and you'd like to claim your Idle Champions chess, then I will give them to you, the codes. So let me go ahead and knock that off. In the meantime, we started over here before. Why don't you go ahead and give everybody your information and thank them for hanging out and stuff.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm Sig Neutron, and you can find me at Sig Neutron on Twitter and Instagram, or on Twitch, twitch.tv/SigNeutron.
Hey everybody, my name is Kim Horcher. You can find me by Google searching me because I name myself something different on every platform, like an idiot. If you're going to LA Comic-Con, I'm sorry, Stan Lee's Los Angeles Comic-Con, aka Kamikaze this weekend, I will be on 2 panels. Saturday I'll be at the Wonder Woman movie panel and Monsterverse, and on Sunday I'll be moderating the Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reunion.
Hell yeah.
Heck yes. Hi guys, I'm Dodger. You can find me at DexBonus on pretty much everything, including Twitch. I do a lot of streaming. And I also have a coffee company that I would love if you would check out. You can find at dodgercoffeeco.com.
I'm Kyle Vogt. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Kyle Vogt at some variation thereof. Usually it's the one that's not making self-driving cars. That's someone else.
Oh, he sounds very impressive.
He is.
Can you introduce us to him?
He was the guy who helped found Twitch. So thank him
Oh.
for the platform you're watching right now. Other than that, you can catch me on Maze Arcana and here every Wednesday.
Now you.
Me? Oh, hi. I'm Alex, also known as Octopimp. You can just, I'm on Octopimp on pretty much everything. Twitch, YouTube. Don't go to my YouTube. It's just a bunch of garbage. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
All right, so we had some winners.
Hooray!
The Chris Thomas.
Woo!
Whoa.
Congratulations.
I used to date a Chris Thomas.
Congratulations.
The Chris Thomas?
It's
He was a Chris Thomas.
okay. Well, then he's
Same
not
person.
the Chris Thomas.
It might not be the same.
Yeah.
There may be more than one. This one is with a K. Did
No,
you?
no.
Okay.
Chris.
Get out of
Okay.
here. She
Okay.
doesn't date you anymore.
And Khaki also with a K,
Or her.
Oh, I don't date them.
but
either.
also with a
You
Y.
don't date cat. You don't date. You're not a khaki person.
Congratulations.
Yay!
No,
Oh.
I like denim.
Chris could be a girl with a K.
That's true.
Possible.
Yeah.
So those two won. Go ahead and send me a message. If you've already won an Idle Champion chest, I'll see what I can do about some other thing. But go ahead and hit me with those. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for coming and subscribing. If you liked what Lepad wrote for his message back to Johan, the rest of the cast is writing like letters. You're actually also probably writing
I'm
Johan.
also writing letters to Johan. So.
That's funny.
Maybe I'll write to
intended
Johan
send
too.
them,
Don't know
but
who Johan is, but I will write
the
to
group
him.
will have
sister.
Yeah, there you go. The group will have things that they are writing to different people, and we'll put those up in various places, probably first on Patreon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you guys want a little bit more insight, they'll be in character voice, and they'll do a little bit of thinking about as far as how they experienced the evening or the adventure for the day. So that might be a cool thing you want to check out. And then maybe down the road we'll be able to let those roll out slowly so that you guys that aren't Patreon subscribers, you aren't Arkanites, but you are here or you are a somebody who likes the Reddit, we can drop them on the subreddit as well. So just check out those areas. Thank you if you subscribed here or at Maze Arcana. You help us continue to make good content. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We will pick up right here next week when we figure out which bar, or I guess they figure out which bar they're going to, how they want to approach said bar,
Oh boy.
which face they want to put first,
Oh no, no, no.
and how they're going to go about getting this information from the different places, because I have a feeling that each bar is going to have its own unique clientele that will respond differently to different stimuli.
I'm sure.
Great.
Okay. I will
Hopefully
think
you brought a
about
pretty
that.
dress.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So-
ooh, I did.
Yes, you did. Nice jacket
Yeah, thank
change.
you. Thanks.
So I am Rudy Woot. You can find me on all of the things at Rudy Woot. You can also check out our Guild Adept stuff. If you're curious about the suspicion chart, that is actually, I believe that is in the Encounters of Port Nyanzaru on the Dungeon Masters Guild. We will see you Sunday on Maze Arcana if you want to come and hang out with us there and watch some Eberron content. And then we will also be back on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday for Sirens of the Realm, in which Satine runs her entire squad of all female bards and their band to see what happens. I know they just got to